Hello and a warm welcome to Newsroom here on Viewer Television. Now, today we'll be bringing to you highlights of events that happened within the week under the review of the 9th to the 12th of August 2022. My name is Phillips Levin. Now, this week, the people of the Jos South local government area of Plateau State have rejected a proposal by the Lalongs government to rebuild the burnt-down Terminus Market with funding from Jais Bank. And also, the People's Democratic Party received 1,600 new members from other political parties at the grand rally and reception for the party's presidential flag bearer, Atiku Abubakar, in Yola, the Adamawa State capital. Meanwhile, the Borno State Police Command has kick-started training of its personnel ahead of the 2023 elections. We have details of this and more after this short break. Mothers and caregivers have been called upon to take advantages of some free medical interventions on the occasion of this year's Maternal, Newborn and Children Health Week. The call was made by Executive Chairman, Bauchi State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Rilwan Muhammad, during the flag-off ceremony of the 2022 first round of the MNCH Week in Bauchi. Now, our Bauchi State correspondent, Awal Hassan, completes the story.
Maternal, Newborn and Child Health Week is a biannual activity which is designed primarily to accelerate reduction of child mortality and improvement of maternal health. Mothers and children are usually the target during the week, within which some activities and services are carried out in health facilities and social gatherings.
These services include routine immunization, vitamin A supplementation, growth monitoring and promotion, screening for malnutrition, and appropriate counseling, management and referral services, as well as distribution of deworming medicines to children. Others include household practices like exclusive breastfeeding, complementary feeding, and basic hygiene. Antenatal care and family planning services will also be provided. This week, we also focus on maternal, newborn and child health survival counseling aimed at improving the health-seeking behavior for general well-being of families.
These and many other services are all free of charge to enable mothers and caregivers to take advantage of the week to improve the well-being of their children.
And this activity is going to be in our health facilities. And special teams are going around, particularly in the schools. Special teams are going to marketplaces. Special teams are going where there is wedding ceremony. This is the way forward to actually get the children. And we want to appeal to the mothers and children to please come out in mass. Make sure that you bring your children to get this opportunity to vaccinate all our children.
Earlier, wife of the Bauchi State Governor, who was represented by the Commissioner of Cooperative and SME Saadatu Bello, said the state government will continue to give the needed support to improve the lives of women and children.
I would like to use this medium to reassure the good people of Bauchi State that the government is committed to their well-being, especially the women and the children under 5. Apart from the infrastructural development that is going on, school renovation and other economic empowerment programs.
Part of the activities during the flag-off of the week was hand-washing demonstration and drama presentation. Awal Hassan, Viewer TV News, Bauchi.
And from Bauchi to Maiduguri, Borno State capital, where there has been a total blackout for more than a year. The long spell of unstable power has affected businesses and economic activities in the state capital. This has inspired an 11-year-old boy to invent a mini generator that can charge devices and light up bulbs. Our correspondent, Beatrice Kurutsi, tells this incredible story in this report.
It's more than 12 months that Maiduguri, the capital city of Borno State, suffer partial electricity supply within the metropolis. The power failure is as a result of destruction of power installations by terrorists and vandalizers along Damaturu-Maiduguri Road. However, continuous efforts by the government to restore electricity to the state proves abortive and forced to source power through the ongoing gas plant construction, which is yet to materialize. Despite these challenges, the government remains hopeful.
Inshallah, on or before the end of this year, we shall commission the Maiduguri mega power station by NMDC. We are also making efforts to see how the destroyed 133 kVA power supply is restored. It's being restored within the shortest possible time.
The blackout inspired Muhammad Komi to invent a mini generator that can power light bulbs and charge few devices. The JSS1 student explained that he fabricated the mini generator in 3 weeks to provide electricity for his home.
Where did you learn all these things?
I'm learning from myself. My own idea.
Like we're reading it somewhere, or you just came up with it on your own?
No, I came it with my own.
Like now, what and what does it charge?
He can charge a fan, and he can charge a phone, like small phone.
There is something that happened. Is his auntie that is telling me. I think he was in nursery 3. He unscrewed the fan, ceiling fan. He unscrewed it. He put it down. I don't know how come. She's one that telling me, and he fixed it back. So everybody was surprised, seriously.
The young inventor has plans to fabricate a machine that can power the whole house. He said he wants to become an electrical engineer to help tackle the power problem in Nigeria.
I'm planning to do something. I want to make something free energy, yes, using plug.
What would this new one be doing?
He can use to power a TV, decoder, fridge.
But Muhammad Komi's dreams can only turn to reality if the government supports his goals in life. Beatrice Kuruti, Viewer Television News, Maiduguri.
The people of the Jos South local government area of Plateau State have rejected the proposal by the Lalong's government to rebuild the burnt-down terminus market with funding from Jais Bank. After taking the opinion of the people, a conclusion was reached that a majority of the people said no
this town hall
proposed budget. Our correspondent Nasru Saidu from Jos tells us more on this story.
State House of Assembly, Honorable Godson form in respect to the proposed rebuilding of Terminus Market by the Lalong government to be funded by Jais Bank. The meeting in attendance with all critical stakeholders is to hear the opinions of the people of Jos South to enable the member present their voice at the floor of the State Assembly.
I want to welcome you to this gathering, a gathering that we have gathered the people of Jos South to decide their fate as far as the construction of the Jos Main Market is concerned. I, as your representative, I will carry the burden of your opinions and your decision to the hallowed chambers of the Plateau State House of Assembly.
We are not here to talk about political platforms. We are not here to talk about our aspiration, but we are here to talk for a people We are here to talk for a generation. We are here to protect a generation.
A representative of Plateau State Investment and Property Development explained the position of the proposed deal between the government and Jais Bank.
Jais Bank submitted a proposal that they were going to build a market. They will build 4,321 shops for 9.4 with some fraction billion, 9.4 billion. And the question is, if you build, how will you require money? And in their proposal, they said, okay, because of the high cost of materials, after we shall have finished building the 4,321 shops, we will sell 60% of the shops to Plateau traders and recover our money and go away.
Despite his explanation, the people were not satisfied. After a very keen deliberation, a vote was cast in favor or against the rebuilding of the market, and those against the rebuilding proposal of Terminus Market carried the highest vote, which represent the voice of Just South.
The turnout was more than what we expected, and the people had their voices. They said exactly what they wanted, and from what we have seen, we had a head count. Those are saying that they don't want the market to be constructed now, overwhelmed. Those are in support of the market. So the position of Just South that I'm giving today as a member to take it to the floor of the Plateau House of Assembly is loud and clear that they don't want that market built under the present circumstances for now.
And democracy is a game of number. The decision of the people of majority must take primacy. And that is what has been done today.
The opinion of the people of Just South local government area regarding rebuilding Terminus Market by the Lalong's administration with funding from Jais Bank is no. This resolution is expected to be presented to the Plateau State House of Assembly by their member for onward action. Nasur Saidu, VOA TV News, Jos.
Now, after years of service with Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, Kaduna Command, Assistant Commandant General Modu Bonu retired with a clean sheet as the 18th Commandant, Kaduna Command. Proud of his achievements and legacies, the NCDC Kaduna Command Cooperative Investment and Credit Society deemed it fit to reward the retired commandant with a cash prize of 826,000 naira as retirement benefit with the cooperative society. News correspondent Micah Monday witnessed the process.
The sum, which was remitted in line with the bylaws of the NSCDC Cooperative Society, which demands each serving officer and men to contribute 1,000 naira only, was presented to the icon.
This check. Surprise you, sir.
His services and impact at the command is a testimony to many.
My stay in Kaduna here, enjoying myself, looking healthy, I think is a contribution from him.
When he is doing reshufflement, if I come to him, I say, Oga, I spent so many years in Borno-Gwari. Then he say, no, I will not change you because of your report. Secondly, because you are Ustaz, go and continue praying. Then I continue praying and nothing happens to me.
Sir, I hope you can remember that, sir. You said I was talking. It's very important. Yes. But if you check most of us here, is either one leg has wood or the other one does not have wood. So you use that to educate us on how to live our life.
While presenting the check reward, the 12th Commandant of the Corps, Idris Yahya, assures the command and his predecessor he will follow suit the legacies the retired commandant imprinted.
It's glaring, and I think I can equally bear witness to some of those legacies, which means you have done your best before you left, and the assurance I'm giving you that the good legacy you left, I am assuring you that I am going to build on it.
Sharing his experience, the retired commandant admonished officers and men of the Civil Defense Corps to project legal plans for early retirement so as to avoid a life of penury afterward.
it's better prepare yourself, not at home also. Pray to your God to see you through. Struggle yourself. Don't sit down and say, I know, I have time. Time is no longer there. And you can see what is happening in this country. Yes. Easy for us to make progress, we are retrogressing on a daily basis.
The NSCDC Cooperative Society continue to render support amongst its own. However, protection of lives and properties of citizens remain the primary objectives of the Corps. Micah, Monday, Viewer TV News, Kaduna.
Sequel to the commemoration of the International Youth Day, reactions from various groups advocating for the inclusion of youths in governance take center stage. In Kaduna State, the Legal Awareness for Nigerian Women, in collaboration with the Center for Communication and Social Development, impact with the support from Action Aid and Development Office of the United Kingdom, facilitated the We You project. While Nigerians expect true change come 2023 elections, the We You project seeks to contribute to an inclusive and responsive democratic process. It focuses on mobilizing a critical mass of young people, male and female, for the translation of citizens' demands into policy actions in Kaduna and Kano State and beyond.
Young people and women contribute immensely in all facets of life, yet their efforts are not recognized, as seen in their poor representation in decision-making processes. The youth in Kaduna State, under the We You project, have identified issues impeding their full participation in governance processes and have a demand charter to prevent the government and political parties in Kaduna State.
And to the political parties, these are our demands. The political parties and candidates, pre-election, during election, and post-election period. In addition to what is still relevant in the pamphlet printed, calling on all candidates to comply with INEC regulations and not to play dirty. Candidates who win elections should be considered at least 30% of youth for appointive positions in their cabinet.
Stigmatization and shaming is another issue. Ignorance and poor access to information, lack of proper communication.
The People's Democratic Party has Monday received 1,600 new members from other political parties at a grand rally and reception for the party's presidential flag bearer, Atiku Abubakar, in Yola. The Adamawa State capital, Atiku arrived at Muhammad Ribado Square, the venue of the event, alongside his running mate, Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, national chairman of the party, and many others. After receiving the new members, Atiku assured them they will be given fair treatment and a free hand to participate in the party's activities ahead of the 2023 general elections. He thanked Adamawa citizens for always supporting him and urged them not to relent, but ensure they vote for PDP in the elections.
To receive our brothers and sisters from other political parties. We welcome them as our brothers and sisters and even our children. I want you to accept them and I want you to integrate them into the larger PDP family. It is an umbrella that can accommodate all of us. Let me also use this opportunity to thank you all for your support in my political career. It's been more than 3 decades of political career in this state, and you have always voted for me. I am not taking that for granted.
National Chairman of the PDP, Ayocha Ayu, and the Adamawa State Governor, Umaru Fintri, who received the Campi, said they have made the wise decision they will not regret.
name of Atiku Abubakar, who has served this country meritoriously. And Nigerians have recognized that as the only man who will get us out of the present difficulties and unify Nigeria. Everywhere we have gone in this country, Nigerians are thanking the people of Adamawa State, and because of that, everywhere, everybody is coming back to the People's Democratic Party.
Preparatory to the 2019 election, we made a lot of promises to our people. We have promised them unity and security, and we have delivered. We have promised them free education and human development, and we have delivered. We have promised them good agricultural policy, and we have delivered. We have promised them infrastructure, we have delivered. We have promised them housing policy, we have delivered 1,000 housing estates in the state, first in the history of Adamawa State.
Well, a quick reminder, you are watching Newsroom. There will be more stories after this short break.
The game of polo, it's my life. Polo is good. Though I just started and I'm still learning the basics. But I hope to be a pro in this game, and God being by my side, I know everything will be fine. I started 4 months ago. I started stick and ball 4 months ago, though I attended the riding course in Pakistan. I've learned the riding basics, but the game of polo 4 months ago, I started stick and ball. Every day we mount on the horse, we pray. And once you come down, as you can see, I was about ending and I fell from the horse. It's a normal thing. In horse riding, if you don't fall, you've not started yet. So you need to train. You can see I'm sweating, I'm eating banana, it's part of it. You must train, you must eat well, and you must learn properly. I've chosen polo to be my own sport, and I've always looked up to people like General Kazir Faya, General MSA Aliu, Colonel Waibello, and General Laka. Few of them I've looked up to these people. These are great polo players, and they've always encouraged me to play the game of polo.
In this 21st century, where all the information we need is now in the palm of our hands. News from around the world, entertainment, celebrity gossip, sports, and much more. The only thing that you need is the right source. Viewer TV is now on the go. Simply check us out on our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter for all the information you need.
How good to know you're still with us on Newsroom. And if you're just joining us, this is Newsroom here on Viewer Television. Now, the Director General, Bureau of Public Service Reforms, Dasuki Arabi, has reiterated the determination of the federal government to transform the public service to provide world-class service to the people. Arabi said this when he interacted with the state government and delegation who were at the Bureau in Abuja to seek ways of strengthening the state public service. Arabi, who spoke virtually with the delegation, said the initiative was to ensure effectiveness in policy implementation, professionalism, integrity, excellence, and passion to sustain secure national development.
We have a framework at the federal level where we have the president, the National Council of Reforms, the Steering Committee of Reforms, then the Bureau of Public Service Reforms as secretariat to all these authorities. Then we have what we call the Reform Coordination and Service Reform Coordination Department in BPSR that is supposed to work with directors of reforms in ministries, departments, and agencies of government. As a mode of work, we have been implementing what we call the National Strategy of Public Service Reforms, which has 4 pillars.
Earlier, Abdurrahman Laki, Assistant Director, Lagos State Management Service Department, Office of Transformation, Creativity and Innovation, said the team was on a study visit to the Bureau as part of efforts to strengthen the public service delivery system in the state.
The aim of the visit is to, number one, like I mentioned, to study how the reform operates, and also the fact that Lagos State currently is planning to establish a structure for reforms in all MDAs. And we know that the federal government in the federal civil service has implemented something like that. So we decided to come and see what was the story that led to that and how has that fared over the years so that we can understand how it has been done, what has worked well, what can be improved upon to see how we can replicate the same and improve on it in Lagos State.
Now, the Borno State Police Command has kick-started training of its personnel ahead of the 2023 elections. The training targeted election security management, providing a safe and secure environment for credible elections in Nigeria. Acquitted the security agents, the new electoral bill already into law. Here's the report.
Aside the protection of civilians, properties and national assets, security agencies play a critical role during elections. The already signed Electoral Act contains some rules and guidance for security agencies on how to operate in the electoral process. It is against this backdrop that the Borno State Police Command held a workshop for its personnel and strategic stakeholders to enhance their capacity and obligations in ensuring fair, peaceful, and credible 2023 elections.
Security threats that are likely to be thrown up towards the 2023 election. So he felt that it would be necessary to bring his officers together and hear also from them. Apart from giving them lectures, we will also want a feedback from them. What has been their experiences in previous elections? What are the gaps? What are we supposed to do to fill those gaps?
We have to get prepared. Particularly, we have to look at our electoral value chain and see exactly what is on the chain so that we can address some of these issues. Particularly the issue of election security management is very, very important. Without it, in fact, it's very difficult for you to conduct any election. So that is why we are conducting this specific workshop to at least inform the security agencies, and even the general public to know exactly what to expect during the course of the 2023 general elections.
Participants are expected to share knowledge imparted to other personnel across other formations in the state.
Bauchi's state health sector gets another boost as the USAID Integrated Health Program supports the state government with Mama Kits worth over 42 million naira aimed at improving healthcare service. Receiving the consignments on behalf of the state government, the executive chairman, Bauchi's State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Rilwanu Muhammad, commended the IHP for their support, saying it will encourage hospital delivery by women, especially in the rural communities. Our Bauchi State correspondent, Awal Hassan, completes the story.
On behalf of USAID, we want to present this item in support of healthcare in Bauchi State.
That was the moment when the USAID Integrated Health Program, IHP, presented Mama Kits worth over 42 million naira to the Bauchi State government. Receiving the items on behalf of the state government, the executive chairman, Bauchi State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Rilwanu Muhammad, said IHP is one of the major supporters in the health sector and has contributed immensely to the healthcare development in the state.
IHP has done it again. Since IHP came to Bauchi State, has been supporting Bauchi State in many ways, particularly in the service delivery. And I must say, I must confess that the highest support we get in Bauchi State from any other organization is IHP. Because the budget of last year was about 1 billion in our annual operation plan, and they have worked over it. This year is another about more than 1 billion. So I think there's no organization that has a budget. So we are happy about the kind of services they are providing as a stopgap. The first one was the low dose high frequency. Remember, all our staff are trained. When they come for interview, I'm surprised. All the questions they answer, I say, this is courtesy of IHP.
The executive chairman said the items will be distributed across the 20 local governments of the state and will be monitored to ensure effective utilization.
These items are going to be properly used according to what it's meant for. But most of the time when you give items, people know it. The facility people will vandalize it. I will give a very stern warning about this item should be used, and those items that are going to be placed in the facility should be visibly there, because we are going to go around during our MSSS integrated support supervision to comply that whether these items are there or not. Those items are going to be giving women accountability should be done to those women that actually.
IHP State Director Dr. Al-Hassan Siaka says the aim of the support is to encourage women to deliver in the health facilities.
But we know that one of the obstacles to women taking deliveries in the health facility is being asked to procure certain basic items that will be required during and immediately after delivery, such as the sanitary pads, chlorhexidine gel, soaps, and so on. So we have, with the support of USAID, provided items that will be provided to 20,000 women across Bauchi State in the coming weeks and months as part of our attempt to alleviate the sufferings that they go through when they try to deliver in health facilities.
Dr. Al-Hassan Siaka, however, reiterates the commitment of IHP to continue to partner with the Bauchi State government to improve healthcare service delivery. Awal Hassan, VOA TV News, Bauchi.
The APC governorship primary elections in Plateau State has come and gone, but its outcome has continued to generate reactions, including litigations by 8 aggrieved candidates and delegates of the party. The aggrieved candidates and delegates have since approached the Federal High Court sitting just to challenge the emergence of Dr. Mentawe Yelwada as the APC governorship candidate in Plateau State ahead of the 2023 general elections. The proceedings of the legal suit joining the state APC, Governor Simon Lalong and Dr. Nantawe, had its first hearing Wednesday in Jos, the state capital, with some youths in the state equally staging a peaceful demonstration asking the court to ensure justice at the end of the day.
These are youths under the umbrella of Christian and Muslim youth on the plateau. They are here to lend their voices to the case filed against APC, Lalong and Dr. Nantawe on the outcome of the APC governorship primaries in Plateau State. The youth group carried placards with various inscriptions demanding for fair hearing on the ongoing case, while commending one of the governorship candidate, Dr. Sarpia Dakol, who has been following up the case in court.
Mun zo a mana justice, mun san kotu mai adalci ce yayi. Ko shi mai girma gwamnan Plateau mun sanar da shi cewan za mu zo, shi ma yayi adalci. Ni ne baka yi zaɓe ba, aka ɗauka aka ba mu wani, bayan kuma ga wanda al'umma suke so, kai ka kalle shi, to mu mun biyo kotun mun zo domin a mana justice ne. Mazaunin mu nan matasa, muna da rai mu so abin da muke so, to mun zo a mana justice ne.
Justice. At the end of the day, the case challenging the outcome of the APC governorship primaries in Plateau State at the Federal High Court Jos was adjourned to 28 September 2022 for continuation of the hearing. Nasru Saidu, VOA TV News, Jos.
In the course of eradicating poverty, the federal government has embarked on a program to train not less than 15,000 out-of-school children across the country on technical and vocational education. The program, which forms part of government core intervention, aimed at lifting at least 100 million Nigerians out of poverty by the year 2030, is strategized to make them self-employed and self-reliant. Approved by the National Steering Committee on National Poverty Reduction with Growth Strategy, the pilot phase will run from August to December 2022 across 7 states, including Kaduna, as those to benefit will be trained in more than 16 different skills. In an interview with journalists, the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Education Intervention, Fela Bank-Olemole, who visited Kaduna State to interface with the governor and other stakeholders, revealed that at least 2,000 Kaduna citizens will be beneficiaries as the program scale up through next year to cover over 1 million indigent people. Kaduna government officials who lauded the initiative say the program will no doubt assist in consolidating their achievements in skills and talent development.
This is a pilot program. So the focus of this pilot program, like I said, is 15,000 people. And the program is simple. We're not reinventing the wheel. We're saying to ourselves that we have TVET centers across the country that are not running at full capacity. Let's fill them up over the next 4 months. And we think we're able to do that. We're training people, we're putting money into the hands of those local TVET centers, and we're equipping Nigerians. So that's what we're trying to do. And the plan is that once we do this pilot over the next 3 to 4 months, next year we're going to scale it up to over 1 million people, 2 million people, using the facilities that exist within the ecosystem. And that's what we're trying to achieve.
Kaduna State government welcomes the Project T-Max training proposal with high expectation. It is our hope that the program will run seamlessly and have a hitch-free implementation across the nation, and in particular, Kaduna State. We shall remain committed to ensuring that enabling environment is created for the smooth implementation of the program in the state.
Governor Umara Zulum has ordered the payment of 30,000 Naira minimum wage to more than 4,000 teachers in Borno State. Governor Zulum issued the directive during the visit to NUT and NLC officials with the chairman and members of the Local Government Service Commission at the Government House. While lamenting the large number of disqualified teachers, he said 1,000 from 3,000 disqualified teachers will be trained and injected into the state government's payroll. The state NLC chairman earlier pleaded for the implementation of the promotional benefit arrears, among others.
LEA and appeal for the verification of 148 staff of local government who were re-verified by Kamal committee but are yet to have approval license. Implementation of 30,000 minimum wage to our competent and qualified teachers in the state, and then train the trainable ones. Implementation of minimum wage to local government staff.
The fact that we have 16,000 civil servants, that does not mean only 16,000 civil servants will be promoted. Some may not even have the required qualifications for them to be promoted. Some have reached their pinnacle in the civil service career. So at the end of the exercise, when you do a very thorough SWOT analysis, you will find out that the numbers of those civil servants that have been promoted may not be much.
That's all on Newsroom. Thank you for your time. My name is Philip Sliven. Please do stay tuned for the rest of our programs.